Right.
So when I'm saying bullshit, I'm saying fabricated. So
So you're saying everything. So history is a
history that
conspiracy
we're
in
taught.
itself.
History that we're taught. You know what I'm saying?
In what parameters?
Like school, like
U.S. history or like world history? Or?
That's what I'm saying. Like all of it, because we talked about this before. Like if you go to a different part of the world, they're being taught something different. So it's not necessarily a lie. It's just another part of the story. And I think that what they try to do is convince us that our part of the story is the truth rather than all other parts put together.
For what history? I mean, I know that's definitely true if we're talking wars.
I don't even just mean like. I just mean anything in general. Like, Brad, like you have to think about the history of mankind. Like, fuck the United States. Like, they've been telling us like we came from here, and then we came from here, and then they say, well, he found this, when in reality, he wasn't even the one who did it, and that's all.
It's almost like Christopher Columbus type
sailing it, yeah. But I'm speaking for everything though.
From George Washington to slaves to
literally. I mean, you had to think about how different the times were back then. Like, do you think you're gonna read a textbook and know that dude's life? Like one textbook written from somebody that's never met him and wasn't even close to him.
That's true. Well, I mean, you wouldn't get it from a textbook, but textbooks teach you the overall view of whatever it is that they're trying to teach you versus actually reading a book about that man's life. You know what I'm saying? So
I think actual documentation is the closest you're gonna get to truth, because like that's what I was talking about, how like the internet is so powerful, and like all the things you can find, like you can read actual documentation that is the truth rather than what you're trying to be taught in like elementary or some shit.
Yeah, bro. Like what? Fucking Wikipedia?
No,
you know
like actual U.S. documents.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Wikipedia would just be some shit that they do put in the textbooks. That's why motherfuckers go on. That's why when there's a test, that's what you do. You go on Google and look at. But I'm talking about like actual U.S. documents that are open to the public, and there are lots that aren't. So obviously that's the truth too. Like, why would they be trying to hide a lie? It doesn't even make sense.
Well, I mean, I guess that, but then again, if it's open to the public and you know that they have stuff that's not open to the public, how much stuff that's open to the public is actual truth? And I feel like that's the part that forms the conspiracy theory that we were talking about.
Yeah, facts, and I agree with that. I don't think it's a bad thing to. I don't think it's a bad thing to have conspiracy theories. I just think it turns into something else when somebody hears it and there's really no like actual logic behind it besides them being bored. You know what I'm saying? And then just taking it somewhere, like the Earth is flat type shit. Like, bro, like are we really about to start saying the Earth is flat again? Like, we didn't do this years and years ago before I was even born. You know what I'm saying? Like before we had satellites and all that shit that actually, you know, can see the Earth.
Right. I guess to run the topic of conspiracy theory, then you have to open up another topic, which is aliens.
Alright. If you're asking do I think they exist, it's like, for me it just depends, bro.
Okay, I'll break it down like this, because obviously, you know, the space is huge.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah. I'm not saying aliens like the ones that we see on TV.
Yeah,
like, you know,
that's literally human imagination. Like, if you expect an alien to come down and look like some little green Martian, like, bro, it's ridiculous. Like, that stems from our own imagination. That's why it's in the movies and the films. So an alien is literally just some new bacteria. Exactly. It's literally just something else that we're just discovering or some shit like that. So
you do believe that there's other
life? Yeah. Especially if space is as big as they're saying, then yeah, it would be ridiculous to say there isn't any. I guess
that's like human ego, though.
Yeah, to say that.
Yeah, to say that we're the only ones.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. And that, you know, it's actually funny, since we're talking about that kind of ties into religion. I was actually thinking about this before you even got here. Like, people have this fascination of like trying to figure out what created us instead of like why. Mm-hmm. But the thing is like, put it like this, like say you have your faith, you know what I'm saying, Christianity or whatever. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying somebody, Catholic, whatever. Like, I don't actually think they realize that, like, everything that are in those books are about Earth. So where are the other planets? Like, do they just not go to hell or heaven? Like, do they just, you know what I'm saying? And there are some where, you know, animals make it. There's some where animals don't. It's like, where are you? In not only where are you trying to draw the line in truth, but, like, why in most of them are they human-like figures? Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like Jesus Christ was a person. I feel like he was a real living person. But, like, is he connected straight to the man in a white cloak and a beard? Like, no, because and the thing is, like, the description of Jesus that you would think of isn't even right. Like, he's literally, like, from, like, Jerusalem or some shit, bro. Why would he like, it just doesn't make sense, bro.
Well, it's like, I said, do you believe the Big Bang happened and that's why everything is what it is?
I think that whether it was the Big Bang specifically or something like the Big Bang or just something thought of this and wanted to paint on canvas, I think whatever that was that gave us this life is God. So I'm not sitting here thinking it's some physical being, you know what I'm saying, that looks like me. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. That's another human imagination thing. But so say the Big Bang is how we came to be, that would be God. You know what I'm saying? That would be God to me, because it's what created us. We want to figure out so bad what created us. Like, why does it have to be something that humans can even think of? Like, it, you know, like, to me that also doesn't make sense. To me, that also doesn't make sense that God would be something we could even comprehend. Like, if it could make all the things we can't comprehend, don't you think he has another level of consciousness? He, it, she, whatever.
Like an infinite consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. And maybe not even infinite, but infinite to us. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. I honestly I just feel like it's the most logical way of thinking. Like, that it's not some sort of human-like figure. You know what I'm saying? Or even something. I mean, yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it, but because the Big Bang would have nothing to do with, like, a creature. It's just more energy that, you know what I'm saying, literally exploded into the universe and shit like that. I feel like that is more reasonable than saying, like, somebody that looked like us made it, you know.
Well, I mean, I guess, too, if you go back and you go, okay, there was dinosaurs here as well, so where did that come in for? There was another man that created, you know what I mean?
All of it, and then just restarted, and then.
But it's like it's more of a belief factor, right? Like, the way you believe, how strongly you believe in what you believe in. Anybody who follows a religion believes in that religion exactly the same way. So there's no real truth, there's no fact to anybody's claim. It's all just what you believe in.
I 100% agree. And also, this is something that I don't think anybody really actually thinks about. When you talk about religion and things like that, like, think about how far it goes back. I don't think people actually realize how big of a part certain psychedelics played in those times. Like, you just think about it like this, bro. Like, Moses splitting the Red Sea, bro. Coming from a Jersey standpoint, that sounds like a trip to me. Who's to say somebody didn't actually see that? But who's to say they were even sober? Who's to say they didn't find the magic mushroom and saw some shit like that? Maybe they went to a lake and saw a bunch of animals getting on boats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's not how psychedelics just work. You don't just take acid and start seeing Moses. But
no, it's like that dreaming dreams that mortal never dared to dream before.
But it's just like, as far as you know, the different colors, the different things that you'd be seeing, the way you would believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially without the science backing it up. Like, you have to understand how bored they were. It was nothing but survival, stress, disease. Like, bro, if you came across any drug, bro, it would be your god. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take you to happiness. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing else but reproduction back then, I feel like, and work, and probably wishing there was something else. So it's like, how much does that truly affect even not even the whole belief, but even some like colors. Like, okay, bro, maybe he did, maybe Moses was real. He had the things and all that, but like, I don't even know. Also, it's not even really just the colors and the drugs and all that. It's like in a lot of different faiths and a lot of different beliefs, there is something like a sort of like Atlantis type thing, wherever, like where this big wave, hit somewhere and it just changed everything. Right. I don't want to get into the specifics. I don't know the specifics, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. But there's a lot of different, even though it's told different, there's a lot of different or similarities in what religion says about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, and I also feel like that gives people who are open to changing religion or thinking, and I'd like a greater feeling of, okay, there probably is something real then, because if a Christian believes this and somebody from Islam believes in this, but it's just worded differently, maybe it's just ignorance trying to say, no, it's my God, rather than it's
like human ego.
Exactly.